Hey guys, today we'll be taking a look at my coastal waterfall build, which is a mock that I created for the Bionicle G3 project, or Brickonicle if you want to call it that, and we'll even be taking a look at the Rahi that I designed for this set specifically. But I'm going to hold that one off because it is honestly one of my favorite things and you have to see the function on it. Let's just get right on into it. So if we hop over to Studio here, you can see this is actually the design that we came up with. And this one's a little bit sentimental to me because it's actually the very first one that I designed for this series. I keep saying we, but I'm the one that's doing all this stuff. Anyway, point being though, each of these sets is supposed to function both as an aesthetically pleasing diorama for you to display your characters, but also as a board game as well. I'm not going to get too much into how the board game is played in this video. I think I'll probably save that for its own video in the future, but suffice to say, myself and some friends did end up playtesting it. We had a lot of fun with it, and it did take us quite a while, surprisingly, given that really the only goal for the entire game is to collect the gold mask and bring it back to the start, right? Seems simple enough. Each of these sets does feature at least one function as well. You can see in this case, we've got a little knob here that we can pull on, and that will dislodge. The little anchor here can swing back and forth and knock your characters around. You know, nothing too fancy going on there, but seems straightforward enough. And each set also contains a Easter egg animal hidden somewhere in it. In this case, I'll give it away, the magenta frog here. But with that said, I think the real notable thing, of course, is the characters. We do have a notable cast of characters, maybe even some Easter egg characters here that you'll just have to tell me who they are in the comments. But also, of course, this lovely crab build, which actually takes up a decent portion of the pieces from the set. I think it's nearly 200, but I could be wrong on that. Exactly 200? I knew that going into the video. No, but yeah, so I adore the build for it. We'll take a look at it here in a minute, but just in general, this is what the set looks like, and I love it. I think it looks really nice. I haven't come up with any like redesigns for it, but this one's interesting too, because if you know, with these sets, I didn't just design them to be dioramas, but also to attach together, which is why you can see these lift arms on the sides here, because that's sort of this modular system that I came up with. It's fairly easy to understand, and it allows you to kind of move your dioramas too, so you can actually, you know, angle them around corners, or, you know, wrap them in a circle if you leave some of the lift arms off, whatever the case, right? Also, on top of that though, you have these little sets that can combine with it as well. Now this one actually comes with this little landmass here, nothing crazy, but you can actually remove this and attach one of the pods here instead. So let's go ahead and take a look at the pods. Each of these builds, each of these villages, each has two pods that go with it that you would be able to buy separately. That's the idea anyway. These are kind of like Ninjago accessory packs, if you want to think of them like that. So around maybe $10 or so for each of these sets. Each one comes with at least one Matoran and maybe some little thing to battle against or whatever. So you got to battle in a box, but accessory kits, right? They're not necessarily meant for that. And in this case here, we've got Maku with her little Hookie plush, which I think is adorable, and a fishing pole, and the silver cow here. And then you've got maybe a scene from Gakuro or Gawahi somewhere there, or again, it can be your own ambiguous place. You can name it, pretend it's whatever you want. Maybe it's just a camp that they've quickly set up on this new island that they're at. But the other build here with Holly actually has a fish that has actually really cool functions in it as well. So I'm kind of surprised with this, but it actually has the ability to spin the propeller. That's whatever, you know, but you can actually push and pull it, and then the fins will flap and the mouth will open and close. It's really neat, and it's done in such a small and lovely package here, in my opinion. Plus, you, in this case, also get a little brick-built seahorse, which I think is kind of cute. So definitely works out really well, and I like it. These are my designs, so, you know. With that said, though, if we want to go back and take a look at our Rahi here, this is what it's built. It's a crab, obviously. I think that comes across pretty well. And this is specifically built on the frame that I designed for my Benora crab, which is one of my Rahi sets. However, it is done in a modern style rather than classic. And in this case, it actually takes a lot of nods from the original 2001 Rahi in terms of the color scheme and color blocking, right? So you get the dark gray, you get the black, and of course you get the primary color here, which is red in this case. The set looks absolutely gorgeous, in all honesty. I don't really know what else to say about it. I really love it. I think it's one of my favorite things. I wasn't even lying when I said that. And in terms of the function on it, you'll see that it has some wheels down here and some gears and things going on. You might ask, well, what exactly is going on there? What is that doing? Well, if you actually turn the wheel on the back of the crab, the legs move. It scuttles, and it does so when it rolls sideways. So as it rolls across the surface, which is hard for me to demonstrate here, but yeah, it just scuttles. It's so cute, and I love it. I actually was going to submit this on its own to Lego Ideas because I think it's such a good, fun model, and it'd be something to like teach people. You know, if you design this to look like a real life crab more or less than this, which I've done, then you know you could have this with a little like display card or something and just roll it around, have fun with it, and then teach kids what it is, right? Have your own little animal line going. I think that would work out really well. But suffice to say, it's a really lovely build nonetheless, and I think I actually finally saw a Lego set use my technique here with the leg movement, because I actually developed that a couple of years ago. But yeah, I recently saw it pop up in a Lego set. I think I might be misremembering things. So with all of that said, though, in terms of articulation on this guy, you of course have 3 joints in the hands thanks to the Mixel ball joints and sockets there. No new pieces on this either. Well, no. Yeah, no new pieces. Obviously, I built it, you know. So there's no custom molds, no recolors of any kind. The eyes can also be moved around if you want to. I don't see why you would, but you can have them sideways. You can have them upright just because. And that was intentional. I know some crabs can move their eyes and do stuff like that, so I did want to at least reflect that. It doesn't have the little appendage hands in the front here, but I think you could maybe tack them on if you're smarter than I am, so maybe that's something you guys will have to try out. With all of that said, though, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think on this one, too. And, of course, what, like, characters you'd like to see represented in this, because at the end of the day, I put so much thought into this project in general, and I have loved, like, literally every minute of it. Across the board, across the entire project, all 6 sets, all 12 pods, it's over 6,000 pieces. So there's so much. Every single set comes with a Rahi. I think of all of the Rahi, only 2 don't have functions. It's because they're like that big. They're little side builds. Other than that, though, all of them have functions too, which is absolutely incredible. So with that said, though, that's it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. That does help. And as always, let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation about this kind of stuff, because I think that this is a really good idea in general, but that's just me. And yeah, you can find my links for Discord and Instagram in the description below. Patreon down there as well if you want to get some perks, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.